Hey, welcome back to Yellow Skunk Farms. Quick disclaimer, this is a 21-year-old and up channel, so if you're not 21, please exit the channel now. I appreciate it. We are sponsored by APSUsoil.com. We've got the Grandmaster LEDs in the house. We've also got the Grassroots fabric pots. Discount code Yellow Skunk if you're interested. Check out our squash. Ooh, a couple of them. Look, there's another one down there. We got two squash coming. Got cucumber. Look at the flowers on the cucumber. I mean, good Lord. We get cucumbers on all of these flowers. What are we going to do with all the cucumbers? It's across the creek. Oh, the grass here is even. Just let it sit there. It should root. Yep, look at it. It's rooting. Those are roots. Grass don't take long, especially you put that in the water, flowing water. You root it right on up. Cucumber here. It's attached itself to the grass and the lawnmower man again. Well, look at this plant here. Beautiful. A beautiful plant. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to take that inner leaf there, thin it out a little bit. Got a great smell to them too. That was the direct sow one there. And this one and the rest are the ones we transplanted. Look at the difference in color here. I want to show you the look at that color there, how green that is. Versus, now normally I would be like, oh, that's beautiful. And it is. But then you come over here and it's like, oh shit. It's like nitrogen right on the max. You know what I mean? It's like max nitro in the house versus over here, you know, definitely older bed, older soil. Probably could use a little nitrogen boost in the soil. But, I mean, look at them. They're growing like crazy. We're not even in stretch yet. Let's go down here where you can actually see. See, we topped it down here. Look at the growth. That's 4 days ago. Granted, they were here, but 4 days of growth. These are the Paradise Pine from Huckleberry Hill. This is Paradise Punch times their Whitehorn or Whitethorn Rose. I think it's time to take this bottom leaf down here since it's really not getting hardly any light down. It's getting a little bit, but we're just going to pop it off. Take a gander. Got a little bit of damage right in there. Probably just could be a mite or something, who knows, but nothing's perfect in here. I don't expect it to be. I think it's got a great smell. in this bed with all the diversity. I mean, for it to actually look this good is shocking to me. Since we're, the further we go in this process, this is an experiment, never done it before. It's only a year and 8 months old, and the further we go, the more care it takes. It's just, we got to maintain and figure out what we need to do and what we don't need to do. And doing that at the right time, it just takes basically just awareness, me observing what's going on in the grow, me seeing things like this right here. Came in here this morning and the lucky bamboo has fallen. Down into the creek. I think it needs to stand up. We might have to put a line on it, or just leave it like it is and let it grow. But roots are filling up the creek, stopping it up. We don't want to stop it up. But for right now, it's flowing pretty nicely. I've just been picking, stewarding, pulling out algae when I need to. The ivy here is wanting to branch off but not grow. Well, it is growing a little bit. It's past the water now, so we don't have to worry about it dangling in the water. Just gotta keep it flowing, and I can see the flow. See, this algae is nothing but food. Usually I set all the rest of that down yesterday right there. You can see it's just been devoured. Just gets eaten. I need to come in here and pull some of this grass. Cut the grass. Pluck a few leaves. Chop and drop. These bottom leaves, one of these, take one. Very nice, I must say. It's got a great smell. And it's early, we're not even in, the flower, still getting ready. We're going to go 40 days, which might be too long. Because we're at, 37, 38, 39, 4, we got 3 more days. And I'm going to tell you, 3 days, this is going to be here. And then it's going to be a monster. And then we're going to go, we're at 16 hours of light right now. So we're going to go down to, we're going to go to 13 and see what happens. No, I'll take that back. We're going to go to 12. We're going to go from 16 to 12. We're going to do it over a 4 or 5 day time frame. 4 days should be. I'm going to give it a day in between, so go 16. And I know this doesn't matter. We don't have to do this. I'm just going to do it just because I want to. And I like doing things like as natural as possible, so that, just so that the plants take that transition. It might take a couple extra days. It might add a week. Then again, it might not. It might not add a week to the flower. I don't know. The plant might respond a lot better, and who knows? I'll take this finger. Who knows? But yeah, we'll go 16 to 15 to 14 to 13 to 12. And we'll do it every other day. So that'll take 4 days. It'll take a week, about 8 days to get us to 12. If we do every other day, take it down an hour every other day. Just something to play with, you know, see the difference. And we probably won't see any difference other than a time frame difference where they would have went into flower, you know, maybe a few days earlier. They might take a little bit longer, but that process is needed, you know. It's kind of how it is in nature. Wow, that thing's sticky. That is sticky. That was the stickiest one so far. Look at that. They are finally. You can't be doing that there, Empress. You cannot interfere, or you shall be removed. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's a solar panel there. Talk about pushing carbon into the soil. That's what these things are good. These things photosynthesize like crazy. They grow like crazy. The root mass. This is why I leave them. I don't pull the roots out. If they want to die off, they'll die off. But we let them grow like crazy. And the roots keep everything down below nice and happy. Chop and drop, just chop this up. And isopods. We'll have it gone in a few days. This leaf here. I'm just going to take this bottom one down here, laying in the ground. Great smell. This is the raspberry from Hyrule Genetics. This is some testers. I'm going to go ahead and take this other one too. Got some pink stem going. Probably hit it again with some more Epsom salt. Do an Epsom salt foliar spray. And if you don't know what Epsom salt is, these things are sticky. Hyrule is turning out to be a little funk machine there. I think all of this stuff's going to be good. Epsom salt. Magnesium and sulfur for plants. A teaspoon or a tablespoon, whatever you prefer, depending on what the plants look like. But right now I would say a teaspoon for me, and a gallon of water. Let it dissolve and go just before or right as we wake up in the morning. It'd probably be pretty good. Maybe mix in a little FAA. Right now we're going to be going into flower, so we're going to need, that potassium, and mainly we need carbon and sugars and food for the microbes. That's what I need. I need to feed the microorganisms to make sure they are turning and burning everything that the plant is requiring. That's my mindset. I'm not in pots, so I'm not trying to feed potassium NPK. I'm not doing NPK. Most of the people are. This is not. This is me feeding microbes. In return, plants can photosynthesize, and once they start really getting healthy and photosynthesizing, they themselves will feed the microbes with the sugars that they create from the photosynthesis, and they will send that down into the soil system, and the microbes will then do what they're told, because the plant is the master. It holds the key, holds the photosynthesis. Without the photosynthesis, we pretty much don't have algae, we don't have anything. So it's where all energy comes from, is the sun. And if we don't have photosynthesis, we ain't got nothing. So the better and stronger these plants can photosynthesize, the stronger your microbes are going to be, the more diverse it's going to be with the different types of plants we have, and the grasses, with the elephant ears, the grasses, and all the different types of diversity in here is going to help break down nutrients and help keep pests away. Now the super soil over here, the APS super soil, is already set up for us. It's where I'm trying to get my soil, basically. But this has already been cured. So the super soil, he's got it cured to where everything's available, where the photosynthesis is basically unlocking the treasure chest down here in the soil. And these plants have everything they need available to them when they deliver the sugars from the light. If everything is down here is available, then these can take it up. It's pretty simple. It's pretty genius and super simple system. If you can think about it in a mindset way like I do, it's just an exchange system. It's a currency. I look at it as in car theory myself, but I like cars. I watch a lot of car shows. But if you were if you're into poker, I'm into poker. Poker is a great example of life in general, because it's cruel sometimes, and then again, if you play your cards right, you can have an advantage, but you're never going to win everything. The game is in some ways unbeatable at a perfect level. You're never going to win every hand. You're going to get sucked out on. You're going to lose. And how you react to that loss is key to your success. But then again, there's a lot to think about. There's so many different variables. Like playing golf. Go out there and it's a different golf course. Even though it's the same golf course, it's a different golf course every day, every hour, all the time. It's constantly changing. Just like this stuff here. It's constantly changing. So me being able to do like a normal tent grow is not an option. We just got to basically set the perimeters, get the foundation set, and let everything do its job. We just have to steward, keep things flowing, make sure our algae doesn't take over and disrupt the flow of water, which raises the water table, which then increases the wick, which creates too much water into the system, which can cause problems. Now we've set the system up in a horizontal soil system where all that extra water can go down and away from the soil, but once things get to a point, I'm pulling a lot of water up from the bottom, but I'm also giving too much on top, so there's a fine line. And it's up to me just to keep the water flowing, to keep that line where I want it. And I put, see, in the creek here, if you look, you go down a little bit, you'll see blue. See that blue? That blue is too low. That means we're way lower than where we want to be. We're seeing that blue. If the water line is below that. But if we're way above that, then we're going to come over the wall, and we don't want that. So, like I said, it's a fine line around the grass, especially once we get grass in here. It gets crazy. I'm going to go ahead and remove this leaf as well. It's laying in the... Nice leaves though, but man, this... Look at the difference. So that's a great indication of the difference in the soil. And no, I'm not trying to, like, I'm not gonna, like, oh, I gotta change my soil. No, that's not what I'm doing. We're just going to try and improve this. Like I said, this is an experiment, so the more I can experiment, the better off I'll be. But now we have side-by-side comparisons in which we can look at. And at this point now, once I dial in this is only 2.5 months old. This one's dialed in, but we're just stewarding it. You know, it's not perfect, not trying to be perfect. This one will eventually need re-amending, but what we're going to do is connect it to the creek and then just amend with APSU amendments. He's got a system down where you can buy the soil and then just keep reusing it simply by amending with the organic amendments. And there's a ratio to that. So if you follow instructions, which I'm not usually good at, but I'm going to do it just for science. What's up, Coot? Scoot? Poot? Y'all don't need no water. Looks like your water's good. Look at the algae eater over there. Chilling. Where is Plinko? I haven't seen Plinko. Hiding. What is that down there? I don't know what that is. I can't reach it though. That's a problem. That's a problem. I can't. Let's see if I can set this. Let's see if I can reach that. Yeah. Oh, that's just a piece of wood. That's just a piece of wood that looks like one of them drug out. Usually Plinko's over there underneath that log there. Let's see the mollies. Probably over there beneath that log. But anyway. We went 25 minutes this morning. Alright, well, I appreciate it. Everybody hanging out. If you made it this far, let's look at the monster real quick. Check for any new leaves. I mean, it won't get in. Look, it's touching that plant now. Just give you an idea how fast it grows. It's growing like crazy. It's insane. So with that being said, 6 o'clock this evening, Brandon Russ on the show. If you made it to the end of the video here, come hang out with us at 6 o'clock this afternoon. We got Brandon. Any of your soil questions that you got, he'll be there to answer. So come hang out with us. Peace.